Everyone, Pastor Nathan here. We're in Matthew chapter 27 today. I've recorded this video a few times already because chapter 27 is a hard chapter to talk about, and an even more difficult chapter to sort of condense down. This is the greatest event in human history, the greatest event in the life of the world since its creation, that God's Son dies for sins he didn't commit in order to rescue a people he dearly loves from an eternity chained to that sin. Every Holy Week, every time right before Easter, Good Friday, a couple days before Easter, in the afternoon, from noon to 3, I spend time, as much as I can. I know there's worship services sometimes going on, but as much as I can, I try to spend time reading through all 4 of the gospel accounts of this event of Jesus's betrayal, beating, crucifixion, death, because this is something that needs to sink deep into who we are. That Jesus's death changes everything for you and for me, and every time I read through those during that week, they always get to me. I always, there's a level of emotion attached to that isn't true with everything that I read in Scripture. Everything in Jesus' life, not everything gets me like that. So, reading through this, we have to deal with why Jesus was put on there. He was put on there because of you and me, and everyone who has ever lived apart from Jesus Christ, from Adam and Eve until now, until the end of time, until God recreates everything. But he also is up there because of you and me, because he loves us dearly. Matthew's Gospel's gotten us to this point. He has been leading us to this. Jesus has prophesied 3 times that he's going to be killed up before Holy Week, starting in chapter 16. And then we see that this prophecy comes true. And this same one who prophesies about his death also prophesies a few other things. And if this comes true, then the rest are going to come true too. Another thing we can notice from this section is the different kinds of reactions to Jesus. And to the possibility of Jesus's death. You have Judas, who's mortified at the fact that he betrayed Jesus to death and believes he's beyond saving. You have Pilate, who basically washes his hands of the situation. You have the crowds and the leaders who cannot wait for Jesus to die. And you have the thieves on the cross, who the cross is next to him, who are being crucified with him, who join in that sort of reviling. At least that's what we have in Matthew's Gospel. And I wonder if that's just now, part of how we also react to Jesus in some ways, that we believe we are beyond saving, and we're not. That's why Jesus died. We don't have to kind of ignore it either, like Pilate did. Ultimately, Pilate just like, look, that's not my fault, when it absolutely is our fault. We can't react like that, or shouldn't. We definitely shouldn't be reacting like the small crowd and rulers of the Jews who couldn't wait for Jesus to be out of the way, to die, they thought. And then also, we probably shouldn't react like the thieves on the cross, at least in this section, who are like, come on, Jesus, you save us any other way but this, as we get from the other Gospels, with at least one of the thieves is saying, hey, if you get down from the cross if you're the Messiah, and take us with you, save us. When Jesus had to stay there in order to handle a far greater spiritual need, the greater spiritual need was our brokenness, and he takes care of that for us at the cross. And what comes next, which is really cool, then this is setting up what comes next, and what comes next for us too. Because when we take up our crosses and lose our lives in service to him, in order to find him, that is, we put aside those things that we want and the idolatry that says those things can satisfy. When we put that away and lose our lives in following him, what we'll find in chapter 28 is life, and an incredible life following him. So next time, Matthew 28. Take care.